My parents laughed at my cheap wedding. Now they're begging for help after a public scandal. Olivia adjusted her glasses and glanced at the modest wedding invitation on her desk. She had spent weeks perfecting the design, choosing a minimalist style that reflected her and Nathan's shared values of simplicity and sincerity. The invitation bore the words, "Join us to celebrate a union built on love and hope." She sighed, brushing aside her hair, and stared at her phone. It had been 2 weeks since she sent the invitation to her family. No response, not even a courtesy acknowledgement. Growing up, Olivia always felt like the shadow to her sister Vanessa's spotlight. Vanessa was the golden child, the beautiful, outgoing one who seemed to effortlessly command their parents' love and admiration. Olivia, on the other hand, was the quiet one, often buried in books or working late nights in the biology lab at Harvard. The text ping that interrupted her thoughts came not from her parents, but from her best friend, Sarah. "Sarah, how's the venue hunt going? Need help with anything?" Olivia found the perfect place. Small, historic church in Cambridge. "It's beautiful. I just wish." Sarah. "Which what?" Olivia. "Never mind. I'll tell you later." Sarah, ever supportive, had been her confidant through every stage of her life. Olivia closed the chat and resolved to call Nathan, who always seemed to know how to lift her spirits. Meanwhile, across town, Vanessa was sprawled on the plush leather sofa in their parents' living room, poring over luxury wedding catalogs. Her fiancé, James, an executive at a pharmaceutical company, sat beside her, nodding approvingly at every over-the-top suggestion she made. "Look at this venue," Vanessa cooed, holding up a brochure featuring a sprawling luxury resort, a champagne tower, a 5-course dinner by a Michelin-starred chef. Everything has to be perfect. Her mother's eyes sparkled. "Oh, Vanessa, your wedding is going to be the event of the year. We'll make sure of it." When Olivia's name was mentioned later that evening, the atmosphere shifted. "She's getting married in some cheap little church," Vanessa sneered, her tone dripping with disdain. "If it were me, I couldn't bear it." Her father grunted, barely looking up from his newspaper. "She's always been different. Let her do what she wants." But Vanessa wasn't done. "I just hope she doesn't expect us to show up. Honestly, it'd be embarrassing." As Olivia and Nathan finalized plans for their intimate ceremony, they marveled at the charm of their chosen venue. First Parish in Cambridge. The historic building exuded warmth, and the spring blossoms in the garden promised a natural elegance no luxury could replicate. Nathan, ever the optimist, pulled Olivia into a hug. "It's not about who's there or how extravagant it is. It's about us. Live. That's all that matters." His words gave her strength, but deep down, Olivia couldn't shake the pain of her family's indifference. The morning of Olivia's wedding dawned bright and clear, the sun casting warm golden light across Cambridge. The First Parish Church stood like a timeless sentinel, its red brick walls glowing under the gentle touch of May's sun. A light breeze rustled the azaleas blooming in the churchyard, their petals dancing in the air like nature's confetti. Inside the church, Olivia stood in a small bridal room, adjusting her grandmother's antique lace veil. The simple yet elegant fabric framed her face, giving her an ethereal glow. Sarah, her best friend and maid of honor, fussed over the final touches on Olivia's dress. "You look beautiful, Liv," Sarah said, her voice soft with emotion. Olivia met her reflection in the mirror. She wasn't wearing an expensive designer gown, but the dress, a classic silhouette with intricate embroidery, felt perfect for her. Thanks, Sarah. I just wish they were here, she said, her voice trembling. Sarah frowned but didn't push. You don't need them to make this day special. You have Nathan, and you have all of us who love you. At that moment, Emily, one of Olivia's lab colleagues, peeped her head in. Guests are arriving. It's almost time. The pipe organ began to play a solemn melody, its rich tones filling the church. Olivia stood at the entrance to the aisle, clutching her bouquet of white roses and baby's breath. As the doors opened, she saw Nathan standing at the altar, his smile radiant with love and joy. The pews weren't full, but every face turned toward her was filled with warmth and support. Friends from the lab, college buddies, and Nathan's family smiled at her, their presence a testament to the bonds she and Nathan had built over the years. As she walked down the aisle, Olivia felt a mixture of emotions: joy, love, and a hint of sadness as her parents' and sisters' seats remained conspicuously empty. But when Nathan took her hand, all the doubt and pain melted away. "My beloved Olivia," Nathan said during his vows, his voice steady but thick with emotion. "Meeting you was the greatest miracle of my life. We may not have riches, but our love and the life we're building together are priceless. Let's walk this path together, with honesty, courage, and gratitude." The guests erupted in applause as the couple sealed their vows with a kiss. The reception at the adjacent Harvest restaurant was intimate and filled with laughter. The historic brick building's chandeliers cast a warm glow over the tables, which were adorned with simple floral centerpieces. The smell of New England clam chowder mingled with the lively chatter of the guests. During the toasts, Olivia's lab professor praised her dedication and resilience, while Nathan's parents warmly welcomed her into their family. It was a joyous celebration, unmarred by the absence of her family, until Thomas Walker, a prominent figure in the pharmaceutical industry, approached her. "Dr. Miller, I must say, your ceremony was beautiful," he said with a kind smile. "It's refreshing to see a wedding that values sincerity over extravagance." Olivia thanked him, but his next words sent a chill through her. "By the way, I noticed something odd earlier," he said, holding up his phone. On the screen was a recent Instagram post from Vanessa. The caption read, "Too embarrassed to attend my sister's cheap wedding. Real celebs understand, right?" The photo showed Vanessa surrounded by luxury brand bags and dresses. The post had likes from Olivia's parents and a comment from her mother. "That's right. The real celebration will be Vanessa's wedding." The room seemed to spin as Olivia read the words. Nathan appeared at her side, steadying her with a gentle touch. "Liv, what's wrong?" She handed him the phone. As he read the post, his jaw tightened. This is unacceptable." Word of Vanessa's post spread quickly among the guests, creating an undercurrent of tension. The warm atmosphere of the reception was tinged with disbelief and disapproval. Thomas Walker, clearly disturbed by what he had seen, excused himself and began making phone calls. Within minutes, the consequences of Vanessa's actions began to unfold. James's company, which had been negotiating a $50 million deal with Thomas's firm, was now under scrutiny. "This post reflects poorly on the entire Richardson family," Thomas said to a group of executives in a hastily convened video call. "We need to reassess our relationship with them immediately." Meanwhile, back at Vanessa's luxurious apartment, chaos erupted as James's phone buzzed with notifications. Furious, he confronted her. "Do you realize what you've done? This post is going viral, and it's dragging my reputation down with it." Their argument escalated until James stormed out, leaving Vanessa in tears. Just as the dessert was being served at the reception, the doors burst open. Olivia's parents and Vanessa stood there, disheveled and panicked. "Olivia, we need to talk," her mother said, her voice trembling. The guests fell silent, all eyes on the family. Olivia remained seated, her expression calm but resolute. "Please," her mother pleaded. "James's company is in trouble because of Vanessa's post. We need your help to fix this." Olivia slowly rose, her gaze steady. "Help? You couldn't even attend my wedding because it was too embarrassing, and now you want me to save you." Her words cut through the room like a knife. As the confrontation unfolded, Nathan stepped forward, his voice calm but firm. "Value isn't measured by money or appearances. It's found in sincerity, consideration, and love. That's what this day is about." His words seemed to pierce through the tension. Vanessa broke down in tears, apologizing for her behavior. Her parents, too, expressed regret, their arrogance replaced by genuine remorse. Thomas Walker intervened, offering a glimmer of hope. Rebuilding trust is possible, but it requires action. Publicly retract the post, issue a formal apology, and demonstrate a commitment to ethical behavior. 5 years later, life had changed for everyone. Olivia and Nathan, now parents to a lively 3-year-old girl named Emma, had built a life filled with love and success. Vanessa, humbled by her experiences, found purpose working at a small flower shop, while Olivia's parents focused on strengthening their family bonds. The past wasn't forgotten, but it had taught them all valuable lessons about love, humility, and the true meaning of family.